Alright guys, so on my workbench is this fan-powered RC car I made. This is my most recent addition to my experiments with this, and this Ultra RC video is going to be all about this thing, so let's crack right into it. If you remember the RC airboat videos like these, check that out. But basically I thought, how about I make a fan-powered car? And I've been working on this for a while now. Originally I made a differential powered thrust one, so I had two fans on here. It's got swivelly trolley wheels, and I like the idea of drifting around the basketball court or something like that. It'd be heaps of fun, very reliable, very simple, very strong, and very cheap thing to build, and it's going to be lots and lots of fun, very fast, and good value for money. So I thought that was a good idea, but this was just way too uncontrollable. You know, these wheels, I got so many of these, so if you've got any ideas for experiments or projects with these swivelly wheels, that'd be great, because I could not get it to work with these swivelly wheels. Now I did try one with the motor at the front of the swivelly wheels, you can see like that, and this had a rudder system, not differential thrust, and this still didn't really work. So I made another edition. I don't have it here, but I'll show you a picture now. So you can see that was pretty cool. It was sort of 3D printed and more like this, sort of three wheels, but it still had swivelly wheels and that still did not work. So I gave up and I thought, how about I use some remote control plain undercarriage wheels. So we've got two big ones and a tail wheel here, though it is at the front for steering. So I made a bit of a video about how to build this thing. I think it's very simple and a very clever design, and I'm glad to share it with you. Now I was going to sort of 3D print it, but I thought really, there's not that necessary. Now I have designed a part that holds the battery and clips onto this aluminium strip. I've just bent it up and stuff and bolted it together. So you can find my files and stuff on Thingiverse, so go and check them out. But basically, let me show you the awesome montage of how I built this thing, and it's going to be awesome. So let's crack right into it.
So we got some big wheels. We got a little wheel. We got a tail wheel bracket. We have a spring steel axle shafts. We have some little collars. Have some big collars.
So now I need a servo. We'll use this servo here. ESC. See my box of ESCs here. I'm going to use this yellow one. And as far as the motor goes, I think all the ones in here are actually too big. We're going to borrow this one in the corner here. Because we're going to use this little motor, we can actually use a little propeller like this. So we can keep the trolley nice and low to the ground, which is going to be great. So I got this nice long aluminium strip here. I'm going to use that for the chassis of this vehicle. The plan is to use two pieces of this aluminium to make the sort of chassis of this vehicle. One will hold these two wheels together, another one will go up to the motor and along to the front wheel here. So this will go up the front, that'll be at the front there, and these two will be at the back here. So this bit of aluminium I'm going to bend up, well actually I'll bend it down to keep the gravity nice and low. I'll go along and then I'll bend it up again like that. I'm thinking sort of that kind of distance. Obviously here I can make it up to any sort of distance I want, maybe about that much there. So here's my rear part of the chassis. I'm going to fold it here, fold it there, cut it off there, and then attach the wheels there and there. So I need to drill a hole here and a hole there. Luckily I have this nice old vise attached here with my hacksaw on it. So I'll just move the UMG here, check out that video, put you there. It's best not to be hacksawing right next to your computer, so I might move this out of the way. Just there. So now I need to drill a hole in this for the wheel here, so this will go like that. Luckily I've got a drill and some drill bits. My wheel's done, you can see they're on the axle. I got my rear part of the chassis. I've drilled a hole here so I can get the wheel, put it inside there. It's a little bit big, so I had a little bit of slop, but I think once I do it up with the nut just here, then it's going to be just fine. So I'll do that up there. It needs to be about that far away, and then I'm going to bend it up here. So I'll just cut our front part of the chassis off here. Then I'll bend forwards like that. Luckily up here I have lots of nuts and bolts, so I'll take these. So there we go, our motor is off. I haven't tested it, but hopefully it works. So this is attached, and now I can attach the servo here. So I'm just gonna, luckily the servo has these attaching points already. I'm gonna go just here like that. You can see I'll just drill some holes in this again. Then the horn can go like this, have a little linkage, and it's gonna be a great front steering section. Alright, so you can see that I've attached the motor now, and I've also drilled some holes in the front here for the servo. And now I'll do up this screw here, like this, just like that. There we go, so now our servo is attached. I've got this little linkage here so I can connect it up. Now our servo is connected to the wheel like this. Got the servo tester here, so I'll check that it works. That's going to give us good turning, look at that. Now we need a remote, we'll use this one here, this is a good option. That remote uses this receiver here, so we'll grab that. Luckily I just got this roll of Velcro. There we go. The battery's also got Velcro, so I'll stick this onto there like this. That's where the battery's going to go. Take the propeller off for safety reasons. Couldn't get this ESC to work, so I'm going to use this one instead. This one's designed for a drone. Now I'm just going to solder the plug to it. I also use double-sided tape to connect this battery checker to the servo here so the battery doesn't go flat when we're running it. So my soldering iron here uses a big battery to power it. But now we need a way to power this receiver, so we're going to use a little battery. I'll use this battery here, there's 4 AA's. I'll go full throttle on the remote. Then I'll plug this in. Alright guys, so this here is the finished fan car. It is awesome. Now let me explain just what's going on here before we take it out for a test. So it's got one wheel at the front that's steered with the servo here. We've got a battery checker to make sure the battery doesn't go flat, and it also gives this wire somewhere to go. Here we've got some Velcro for the battery to stick to. We've got 2 of these plain ties at the back here. We've got the receiver. We've got a little battery to power the receiver because the speed controller we're using is used for a drone. You can see I've taped that onto the back just here. The motor's up there. It's a 2300 kV brushless outrunner. We've got a drone 5-inch propeller on there. You can see I've just used these 2 bits of aluminium strip. I've bent it here and bent it here a little bit so it goes up to this sort of plane front. Actually, this is a tail wheel for a plane. Yeah, I think it's a very simple design. You can build it yourself in very little time. It's going to be very reliable, very strong. There's no drivetrain or any parts really that are going to break. You know, no universal joints or anything. And it's very, very cheap to build. You know, just some wheels. You've got a fan power. So it's very, very strong, very reliable, very simple to build. And I love this design. If you want to build a fan car, definitely use this kind of system. I think it's a very good and easy way to build yourself a car. I hope you like it as well. Let me take it outside and I'll show you what it can do. It's pretty awesome, so let's crack right into it. So this is the first test of the fan-powered car. Alright guys, thanks for watching this awesome Ultra RC video all about this fan-powered RC car I made. You know, very easy to build, 2 hours, and great fun. Like I said before, very reliable, and I think you should make one yourself. If you like this awesome Ultra RC video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below. I'm very interested to hear what you think about this. And I'd love to do a project with these wheels, these trolley wheels. If you've got any ideas of how I could make this work, because it'd be great to use these. And yeah, but otherwise, subscribe and notifications so you don't miss all the other Ultra RC videos that I'm working on currently. Lots of cool projects and stuff going on. All this stuff, and maybe this one. this will be the next one. Dual steer and Mega Drill car, but stay tuned for that, and I'll see you around later.